Hi everyone, Rainey here with Over the Hill and Loving It, and today I want to speak to you about how I cut my electric heating bill in half. Probably even more. I'm going to show you how I did it, but first I want to tell you what happened, why I was able to cut it in half from last year. Okay, last year, actually for the past, I don't know how many years, we had this big oil burning furnace in the basement that would heat up the whole house. But what was happening is they're pretty dirty, okay? It got to the point where the landlord, okay, wasn't cleaning them out enough. Couple years I changed the filters, but it needed even more of a cleaning or something big inside. Might have been bad fuel. But anyways, the entire apartment was getting covered in soot. I mean, the ceilings, the walls, everything I owned, your clothing, it was getting ridiculous. So he said, I'm taking it out. So he ripped the whole thing out, so now we had no heat. I'm in Maine, it gets cold up here. So, no heat, what do? He got some heat pumps. You ever heard of those? He put some heat pumps, he put one over here, he put one in the bedroom, and this whole half of the house, because if there's one half of the house, I'm on the far end where the bedroom is. One in the bedroom and one here, so more than half the house didn't have one. He was going to put one up there, but decided to put it in the cellar. I guess they can be pretty expensive. Anyway, what happened was we went through the winter, and as long as you're on this half of the house, it was fairly warm. That half where the bedroom is and my wife's office is freezing. So we went out and we bought some of these things right over here. Okay, these little electric heaters. Now, I don't know if you've ever used these before. They get really hot and put out a lot of heat. To me, it's a glorified big toaster. All right. So we bought 3 of these. Put one in the bedroom, one in here, and one on the other side that we could fluctuate between the kitchen and her office and the bathroom. My heat in January and February were between $700 and $800 a month. Okay, and the other months weren't like much better, $400, $500. So we had quite a bill for the winter. So this winter's coming because we had been told that he was going to bring the other heat pump up here, but didn't. So this winter we had to do something different. So we researched on ChatGPT, okay, of all things, and everyone seems to be talking about these oil-filled radiators. So we went out and bought 2 of the manual ones, and then we bought 2 of the oil-filled ones. So let me go ahead and show you what I have and show you the other things I did while talking. Here we go. So here's the first one I got. This is a Pelonis oil-fill heater, and as you can see, it's a manual one with these dials. I feel like Bob Barker on the showcase, and this is what you have. It has 3 settings for 600, 900, and 1500 watts, and a knob up and down. Now the nice thing about this is you turn it on, it gets hot as heck right away, but once it hits a certain temperature, okay, if you like the temperature, you can shut it down or turn it down, and listen, you'll actually hear when I turn this, you'll hear it click. Look, get a little closer so they can hear this. Ready? Listen. Hear that right there? Very faint click, but it tells you that temperature is what it's at right now. So I could just leave it there and it'll pretty much maintain it. It'll click back on, click back off as it goes. Now the problem with that is, like I said, it gets really hot and you might not notice how hot it is. So we'd go to bed at night and we'd have it, let's say, set on number 2 and all the way up here. And before we could turn it down, we'd fall asleep. And we'd wake up and it'd be like 80 degrees, 85 degrees, and we'd be sweating like crazy, and I'd get up and turn it down, and where is it? Right over here. But by then it was so hot, I mean, it was a lot of wasted energy. So let me show you what we did after that. Come follow me. So then I went and picked up an electronic Pelonis because I really liked the way they worked. And the nice thing about that is it comes with a remote. Okay, so with this one, just to show you how strong they are, right now, it's been set most of the day at 57 degrees. So has this other one, which was actually in another room, okay? But it's set at 57 degrees, but how hot is it really in the house? It's 76, so I'm going to be shutting it off, and it's pretty cold outside. Well, pretty cold. This is November, so it's probably about 40 to 45 degrees outside. But can you see that? Now this one has an automatic built-in eco mode. Okay, well, you can't see it. Let me turn this on again. See the eco mode? So it basically, once you set it on the temperature you want, you're still going to hear it click, which is kind of cool. So if I want to go lower, I hear it click, and I know that that's the actual temperature it is, I guess you could say, in the machine. So this thing works pretty good. So with those units, and I bought 2 of these, it kept the house, or has been keeping the house, nice and toasty. Problem is, the heat comes out, and I guess this is, I think they call it convective heat. I'm not really sure all the terms, but the heat kind of comes out but stays in this area. So a couple things I learned is, if you get a fan, a box fan like that, and put it right behind, so let's say you have it like this here, put the fan right over here, whoops, can you see my hand? Right over here on this side, and it'll push the heat out towards you. And that's great to taking the heat and pushing it through the room. Now, something else that's really helped us is these heaters are designed to be in the middle of a room like this way, so that way heat's going that way and going this way. But a lot of people like to put them against a wall like that. When I put the heater in front of the wall, a lot of that heat, okay, is going into the wall and being absorbed by it. So you're losing a lot of the heat. If you want that heat to be going around the room, all you need to do is take some, here's a little trick, aluminum foil. Take some aluminum foil, make a little wall out of aluminum foil, and put it behind the heater. Well, those heaters are plugged in and they're far away, so put it kind of like this here. And you're going to find that the wall behind it is going to cool right off. This, you put it about maybe 3 inches behind it. It won't get hot, but it kind of bounces the heat off, bringing it back out this way here. And the room will get, basically, you might go up, I don't know, maybe a couple degrees. It's not going to make the room hotter. It's just going to waste less energy. So that's a great thing. Now, you can put the aluminum foil any way you want, but what I did was I just took the Pelonis box and taped it around the box. That way I still have the box if I want to move the unit. And I have a 2-sided aluminum foil thing. Have the shiny side out. Alright, so that helped us to save a lot of energy. What else did we do? Well, let's go ahead and see. Another thing I did was I made little zones in the house. I put curtains up because I have 2 rooms on the other side. I have like a TV room and a bedroom. So now usually I keep this heater in the bedroom. I'll turn it off during the daytime. So it stays cool in there, but I don't have to be in there. And then this part of the house stays warm. And I also put one over here. On the other side of that door is a little shed with the front door. And the difference between this room and the room behind there was probably a good 10 degrees difference. So, and this is an insulated blanket. It has like what is it, silk, I think, on the inside. See that? And we got that at Ocean State Job Lot. So this made a big difference on both sides. It created one zone on the other side of here, which we don't heat. This room as zone number 2, and zone number 3 as the bedroom and the TV room. So now I'm in the bedroom, and matter of fact, you can see the bedroom. We still haven't painted this room. See all the soot? That was from that old heater. Everything is darkened from it. What a mess. So what we did here, these windows is an old house. These windows are not very well insulated. They're not triple pane. They might be a double, but it's just really old. So what I did is I got one of those window treatments, and it's kind of tricky. You probably don't see it, but yes, there's a plastic right here. See that? I can't even touch that handle. Matter of fact, yesterday morning, I got up and I forgot, and I went to open the curtain, and I was like, whoa, it's not there. So this is a plastic sheet that goes over. They give you double-sided tape, and you can get these pretty much anywhere. Walmart, Home Depot. This one came from Home Depot. And you put the double-sided tape, you tape your, see all the way up there? You stick the plastic to the tape, And then you take a hair dryer to it and you get rid of all the wrinkles. Matter of fact, you can see some very faint wrinkles here that I didn't get them all out, but hey, good enough. Look how strong, how tight that is. Musical instrument. So that makes a difference too, because like I said, at nighttime, I put the heater at about, last night I had it at 54, and I looked at my thermometer this morning and it was 74 in here. It was like, oh my gosh, is it hot? So that's something we got to figure out what temperatures are best. So there's a couple other things that you can do that I did, okay, that are very inexpensive. And like I was talking about the treatment windows, I just got the cheap ones, like I said, in the box from Home Depot. But I also found this, because I'm going to be doing the rest of these windows throughout the house. I found this one. This is kind of neat. It looks like Reynolds wrap, and it has one of those little teary things like on the back of a, I don't have one here, like on a tape dispenser where it's sharp. Well, I guess even Reynolds wrap has it there where you can kind of slide that and cuts it. So you can put it to whatever shape you want, put it against the wall. It has the double-sided tape, and you can make it as big, as wide as you want. I guess it doesn't look like it's very wide, but the rolled up plastic unfolds when you do it. So you unfold it on the tape, drag it down, cut it, and tape it. So this is going to be great for the other windows. Now I have a few doors that were really loose. This being one of them right here. And you can't really see, it's behind, well, right behind the plant, I put a little hook thing to hold it tighter. Can you see that? Just a little one of those little latch hooks. And what I'm going to be doing this afternoon to make it even betterer is I bought this foam. And it's only like a couple bucks. I think it was like maybe $3-4. I guess that's not a couple, but and yeah, again, sticky tape. You just peel it off, put it on the inside of the jamb, and when you close the door, it makes a nice soft seal. Okay, and let's see what else. So basically, you want to cover these holes and all that. Like the curtain I have on that wall, at the top, there's a little bit of a gap. So I bought some sponge material. Actually, it's stuff that my wife uses with her jewelry to put in the jewelry boxes, but it's a big roll of this sponge material. And I'm going to cut a piece about that wide off in the width of the door, fold it in half, and just stuff it up there. And it's going to stop all the air from coming in. So like I said, that makes about 10 degrees difference. When I put that, there'll be nothing coming in. Okay, we're going to make this place so tight, you're going to hear echoes when we talk. So that's what I have for you. Between that, comparing to last year, we've been saving a lot. Okay, again, it's still early in the year, but our last bill was like, I think, $60. That's not bad. That was for, what are we in, October. Okay, so we've been, trying to turn things around. Okay, and reason $60, we stopped using those toasters. So I wanted to share this with my fellow seniors because the cost of electricity is so high. It's been going up so much. I mean, just the delivery charges are like, sometimes in the dead of winter, like $150. Who's delivering it? All I can see is these guys carrying all this electricity. I didn't know it was that heavy, okay? But the delivery charges alone are crazy. So I want you guys to keep warm. Let me know what you're doing if you've tried any of these. I've heard so many comments from some of my other videos that I've put up about heat, what other people are using. They're using these, they're using fans behind them, they're using wood stoves, and I wish I could. We're renting, so I can't get a wood stove. I can't put coal or anything like that in, which I would love to. So let me know what you're doing, if you have any great ideas and how much you've saved, hopefully, off newer units. And look for the eco things, okay? The eco settings really do save a lot of money. So with that, I thank you for watching. I hope you subscribe and share this with other people that you know get cold. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.